Hey, it's Stephen with Jacksonville Real Estate News, your unbiased news source for real estate information here in the greater Northeast Florida area. I hope you're having a great and wonderful Friday. It is beautiful outside here in Jacksonville. These are Chamber of Commerce days. If you do not live here in Jacksonville, I feel sorry for you. Please come on down. We've seen a week of high 70s, low 80s, low humidity. These are the times we really love living in Florida. So I hope you're having a great day. Let's get into it today. Usually on Fridays, we always do news and notes and things like that. There's not really too much going on right now this past week that I really wanted to share with you guys. So the thing that I am going to share with you is the question that I've been getting a lot, from both buyers and sellers. That is, when is a good time to do this? When is a good time to buy? When is a good time to sell? So we're going to talk about it a little bit, and we're going to just, you know me, if you followed the channel at all, if you know me personally at all, I want to get into the numbers. I want to look at it, and we're going to go through that and hopefully give you, the consumer, some insight on what it looks like for coming up here and buying in Jacksonville, Florida within the next couple months to a year. So let's get into it. So the big thing that I'm seeing right now, I have taken so many phone calls from both buyers and sellers recently saying, Stephen, we're thinking about getting in the market. We want to get into the market. Should we wait until the summer? Should we do it right now? Should we wait until next year? Please guide us on that. So first and foremost, let's talk about you buyers out there. What is this going to look like? So let's go look at the numbers. This is the most updated information that I have from March 2023. This is from the Northeast Florida Association of Realtors. This is where I pull all my data from of what's happening here in the market. As you guys know, we went over everything that was happening in March, but we're going to dive into it a little bit deeper for you guys. So if you look at it from January, we had 1,686 sold properties here in Northeast Florida. And this is all residential. Coming here, we got 2,149. Coming in here to March, we've got 3,014. I don't know if you see this. That's like a 40% increase coming from February to March. 40%. Really, why I see that this is happening is this is when we started to see a lot of interest rates go up, and kind of the flux back and forth of interest rates happening recently. You saw this. You saw that, not a lot of people were buying homes because they were unsure of what's going on with the rates. You get here to February, it's gone up a little bit, and then boom, we're going from February over to March. This is what's going to blow your mind. Look at this. Let's scroll all the way back over here. The last time in the last year, basically, from January 2022. Yeah, almost a year. So think about that. That's a long time, guys, of coming from June all the way of 2022. I said January, I apologize, but from June, coming all the way back is when the last time we had that many sales. Look at it. Coming all the way down. So we had June, 3,404. July dropped down, 27, 28, 22, 25, 21, 23, 16, 21, 30, 14. So what that is showing me is that the market is really starting to stabilize back out when it comes to interest rates. A lot of people are coming to me saying, Stephen, what's going on with the interest rates? What's happening? We've gone over it many, many times on this channel. People are now getting comfortable with it. They're getting comfortable with the fact that interest rates are what they are. They're not changing. They're going down a little bit, and we've seen them go down about 6 weeks in a row, which we've gone over on this channel multiple times. So interest rates are coming down. People are just becoming more comfortable with it. I think when we get back over here into some of these other dates, people didn't know what was happening. It was kind of up and down. And do we really want to buy? Do we not want to buy? You get a lot of people right now who they're coming out of their leases. They're looking at their leases. Rents are still pretty high. And they're just okay with, hey, That's what the interest rate's going to be. That's why you're seeing this tick up. I am very excited to see what the numbers come out for April. We don't have access to that yet, but I believe they're going to be up here. We're going to see that number continue to increase as it tends to happen here in the spring in Northeast Florida. Because here in the spring in Northeast Florida, we've got a lot of people who are waiting for schools to be out. Schools are going to be out, and we're going to get more and more buyers coming into the market. They're going to be moving, traveling, all that. They're coming into the market. We're going to see that. So my answer to buyers is, hey, when should we buy a house? Should we buy one right now, Stephen? Should we wait until the summer? What should we do? My advice to people is, hey, if you have the ability to buy a house right now, buy your house right now. Because there's going to be a lot of people who are going to come into the market coming up here shortly. Look, coming into the market, we've seen inventory start to decrease. So we're going from a peak 85, 83, 77, 74, coming down to 7,000. We've started seeing inventory decrease and sales are going up. So for you folks who have the ability to buy a house right now, go and do it. Have that flexibility. Go and take a look at a house with your realtor, with your agent. Now, I get a lot of people saying, Stephen, we've got a lease. It's not done until August or September. You know what? That's fine. We can work on that. Here's a little key tip and trick that you might find helpful and useful, whether you're using me or you're using somebody else as your agent. If you are going in and you've got a lease that doesn't end until the middle of summer or even into the fall, go and look at houses. Find a house, get pre-approved, go through all that stuff. If what happens, you find one that you really like, make an offer on it. And you know what you're going to do? You're going to ask for closing costs. Yeah, we're going to ask for closing costs. If you follow the channel, you know I like doing these kind of fun little tips and tricks and things that make your life easier. So if you find a house that you love, buy it. Ask for closing costs. And you know what you're going to do with those closing costs? Yep. You're going to use those closing costs, that credit that the seller is going to give you, you're going to use those closing costs to buy out of your lease. Yep, that's right. Buy out of your lease. There's going to be a penalty for you breaking your lease. Everybody's so concerned about, Stephen, I've got a penalty. I've got a penalty. What do I do about this? I've got to wait until it's done. No, you don't. Outside the box, people. Think outside the box. And how we think outside the box is go ahead, find a house that you love and you adore. Buy the house, get a good interest rate that you like, get closing cost credit, and then boom, you buy yourself out of the lease. Now you're in the home that you love. See? That tip right there was worth the price of admission, which, you know, was free because you're just clicking on this on the internet. So, but it was free. I hope you find it useful. So once again, if you are looking to buy a house, look at these numbers. The amount of closed sales are going up and up and up. If you have the ability to do it, do it. Go and look at it. Because then once you get into summer, there will be a lot more competition because people will be doing the same thing that you are. So that's for all of my buyers out there. Now, let's talk about sellers. I've been fielding more phone calls in the last 2 weeks from sellers saying, Stephen, when should we list? When should we do this? What's going on? What's happening? Tell me, when should we do it? The thing that I always like to say for you sellers out there, and this is going to be what I find interesting, is for you sellers out there, we've got these buyers who are coming onto the market, and they're doing it right now. Where April's going to be right here. They're going to start coming off the market, and then we get into June and schools start coming out. So I always suggest to people, will homes still sell in the summer? Yes, they will. They will still sell in the summer. Will people still buy homes in the summer? Of course they will. It's going to happen. But what you want to do as a seller is you kind of want to get on this wave. You want to start catching the wave. If we're going to catch the wave, we want to be in here May timeframe, May time frame, so then you get into June, so that wave keeps going into the summer. The first part of the end of spring, early summer is really when we want to list. I've talked to many people who that's what we're going to do is, hey, we're looking at the mid of May, and then we get into June, July, boom, we're riding that wave because people are really going to start thinking about that. Your buyers, who we just talked about, if you scroll back, boop, 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 buyers, things are going to start happening. If you can buy right now, right as school's coming out, and you're doing those things, go and do it. For you sellers, you want to catch that wave of when people really start looking because you've come through January, February, March. You know what? We're thinking about it. There might be a job transfer. Hey, we've had these kids all winter. We need more space. Let's do it during the summer. Well, when are they going to start looking? They're going to start looking, kind of start now. April, May-ish, and then find the area, start looking at houses if they find the right one. Most schools in Northeast Florida get out that first week of June. So it's right there, guys. You want to catch that wave when you're going to list your property is right at the end of spring, first part of summer, so that you're getting those people looking at it. Also, with if you sellers are looking to sell and you've watched the channel, where do we get a lot of our people? They're coming in from out of state. People are coming in from out of state, and most of the time they're going to coordinate that when their kids' schools are done with a job transfer or something like that. That's when they start looking. So if you are a seller looking to sell and you don't know if you should do it now, you don't know if you should do it here in the summer, let's start it mid-spring, the end of spring. Let's start it in May. Anytime May, right in there, middle of May, end of May, somewhere in there, that's when you need to do it. Start putting your house on the market, getting it ready, getting it prepared, declutter, clean, organize, etc., so that once you list here in May, first part of June, you're ready to go. You're ready to be successful in your home sale for when the market is going to really be looking for your property. I hope that you have found this helpful, whether you're a buyer, whether you're a seller. This is going to give you some insight on kind of some next steps and directions. Talk with your family, talk with your real estate agent to just get an idea of what works best for you. Because at the end of the day, that's what this is all about. It's not about pressuring you to do this, that, or the other. It's what works best for your family. Once again, I'm only here to educate and empower you with real life data so that you can make the best decision. And I hopefully that you found this video informative and helpful. If you did, please give me a like, subscribe, smash that notification button down below, and I'd love to help you in any way that I can. If you do have any comments, please put them below. I'll answer them as fast as I can. And you know what, Jacksonville, you have a great and wonderful day. Enjoy this beautiful weekend. The Jumbo Shrimp are in town. If you've never been down there, enjoy a fun baseball game. It's cheap, it's family friendly, and I guarantee you that you will have a good time. So have a wonderful weekend, Jacksonville.